enough time to start our final session for the morning here, which is the Systems and Software at UQ. So this one, it's scheduled to last for 45 minutes. It probably won't. Systems and Software at UQ. So the very first and foremost, the one that we like to talk about is a system called SafeZone. It's available in both Apple and Android versions, and you sign up to it using your UQ credentials. Now, the reason why we recommend SafeZone is it's a big campus, and if you suffer an injury, if you feel unsafe, maybe you're here late of a night time and you'd like an escort to your vehicle, then using the call options on SafeZone will put you in touch with our security teams, and then they could come and assist you as necessary. And the reason why we like you to use SafeZone, if you've found someone who's injured, or you yourself have fallen over and hurt yourself, if you need an ambulance, it is much easier for our security teams to meet the ambulance at the entrance to UQ and guide them in than it is for you to try and tell a dispatch operator exactly where you are on this campus with all of the different roads and the dead ends that exist. So SafeZone, we do highly recommend that you use it, that you sign up with your UQ credentials, and that way it connects you to our security services here on the campus, and they'll be able to assist and to help if there is an injury. Or if you just need an escort. MyUQ, hopefully you've all encountered MyUQ by now. It's all things related to you and your study here at UQ. There is the big blue button on the left-hand side that says go to MyUQ dashboard, that will then give you specific information about your UQ, your courses that you're studying, and the help that is available there. Let me just quickly call that up. And this button here, go to MyUQ dashboard, which will do so. And this is where you can have access to things like LearnUQ, Blackboard, your SciNet. MySciNet is its official name, etc. I've got a staff one, obviously, so I'm going to have different options available that you might not, but everyone should get things like about events and news that's going on around UQ, and so on and so on. So contains links to your studies, to email, information about Microsoft 365, LearnUQ, Allocate Plus for your timetabling needs, and more. So this is where you'll see better apps than what I was showing you on my live version, because I'm not a student. So MyUQ. MySciNet, now that's where you manage your enrollment. So you enroll in your courses, you pay your fees. There'll also be extra links to those compulsory academic integrity modules that I mentioned in the last class. Please do remember, though, that if you haven't yet gone through MySciNet, that your enrollments can take up to 48 hours to process through the system. And during this time, you'll be unable to see your LearnUQ Blackboard courses or access the internet. Now, that is really important. The census dates, when they come, sometimes people decide to change their study options. And that's great. Cool if you do. But the mistake they make is that they come to MySciNet and then they drop every single class that they have. They go, drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it. But the moment you drop everything, you unenroll, that kills your access to the internet here at UQ. And it kills your access to the library. So if you're going to unenroll from your classes so that you can join, do a different type of study, leave one active, one class. It doesn't matter which one. Unenroll from all the rest if you want, but then gives you that one active class, leaves you with active internet, active Blackboard, active library, and then you can enroll in your new studies. And once those have become active, that 48 hours, once those have become active, get rid of that last one, the one that was just your holding option. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, if you are going to make or take advantage of the census date and change your course of study, do remember to leave one active so that you don't lose all of your online accesses. Allocate plus for timetabling. So you select your preferred class times. You'll then be allocated to classes based on those preferences. Putting your classes into Allocate Plus does not guarantee you the classes that you've chosen. Fingers crossed it did happen for you. But my daughter's boyfriend, who's currently studying here, was telling me that it actually took him until he was in his 3rd year to get all of his first preferences. And say you might just be lucky, you might get them all first go around. But just it doesn't always work out like that. So it also talks about a personalized timetable via MyUQ as well. You'll get a My Timetable option once you've actually put in your studies. Links to LearnUQ. We discussed this a little bit earlier. It's the Blackboard system. Both names are interchangeable. LearnUQ and Blackboard, same software. Just one is branded as LearnUQ. Course materials, assessment info, collaborative tools, and the compulsory course called Respect that everyone needs to do. Please also keep in mind that some schools will have specialized systems to help deliver the courses. Some schools may take you very briefly into Blackboard, but then divert you to other pieces of software for the period of that course. Don't be surprised if that happens. UQ Book It. As students here at UQ, you do have various study rooms and specialized access rooms that if you are registered for those specialized access, then you can book them through UQ Book It. UQ Book It allows you to book study rooms, both group and individual, as well as rooms with assistive technology or green screens. Now, there are limits on the number of rooms that you can book. When we first rolled out UQ Book It, some students went, right, I'm going to grab this room for the entirety of the semester. You can't do that anymore. You can have 3 bookings at a time. After that, you have to wait until one of those bookings has happened, and then you can make another booking. So you can go up to 3 again. And you can't block book huge swathes of it. So you can't, book 6 weeks worth of room. I'd count that as one booking. Just keep that in mind when you're booking it, and that way everyone gets to book different things. And we do ask you to keep to the booking time so that if your booking is finished at 12:30 and there are people obviously waiting outside for you to finish, well, then you finish at 12:30. Don't just keep plowing on and wait for them to start knocking on the door. UQ Book It. There's a lot of software available for use in your studies on your own device and at home. Software for academic research and administrative use. You can view the software catalog via Software at UQ page, and just Google that, Software at UQ. There is software in the following categories: accessibility, business, collaboration, etc., etc., etc. Call that up. Number one search result, software catalog. So may be eligible to access selected software for free. Visit free student software for personal use for more details. So loads and loads and loads of different ones. Some will be free, some will be centrally funded. Some you'll need to request a quote for. Acrobat Pro. Adobe Reader is free. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots. Keep an eye open for any further pieces of news about the Adobe products. We're still waiting for confirmation of what becoming an Adobe certified university means in relation to accessing that software. But you may find that the number of Adobe products that you can access may go up. We don't know yet. It was only announced late last year. And at this point in time, we haven't had any further information about what that's going to entail. But keep an eye open on that. There will be announcements made if and when these other software becomes available for you. We do have these things called digital workspaces, which gives access to software through browsers. Now, what you have access to in the digital workspace depends on the courses that you are enrolled in. But what that can also mean is that if you're using Mac and your course wants you to use a piece of software that is Windows specific, you don't need to get yourself a Windows machine. You can load up the digital workspace, which will give you a Windows environment, and you could access that software through that workspace. So it can be quite cool, the UQ digital workspace. And as I say, it depends on which courses you're enrolled in as to what is available to you on there. But it is something to keep in mind if you need to access software that is specific to a particular operating system. All of our public machines here in the library have software available to them, and it is delivered through an application called ZenWorks. Our public machines in the library, they all run on Windows 11, and for standard, they have access to Office 365, the full version of Adobe Acrobat, a full version of EndNote, various browsers like Edge, Chrome, and Firefox. So with your basic study needs, they're fully equipped. But you can, through ZenWorks, access things like R and RStudio and Python and NVivo and ArcGIS. There's a lot of different pieces of software available. And if your course that you're in wants you to access a particular piece of software, that might also be made available through ZenWorks. You can borrow laptops through the library. There are loan laptops available for various lengths of time. 24-hour laptops at various locker locations. You can borrow and return a 24-hour laptop. You can borrow a 28-day laptop. It's only a limited number of those. Loan conditions. Subject to library borrowing rules, you must be enrolled for the current semester to be able to borrow a laptop. You must return the laptop if you unenroll. Your laptop loan must be returned to the Ask Us service point where it was borrowed. Laptop loans cannot be renewed except under extenuating circumstances. Contact us if you need assistance. So laptop, if you're having a problem with yours, it needs to go into the shop for a service. Maybe you can borrow a laptop for a few days. Laptop loans. As an enrolled student, you all get access to Microsoft Office 365. Mac and Windows versions are available. Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Teams are more. There are full instructions available for installation and use. Again, a quick Google search will bring it up. If you are running into any major difficulties, you can always contact the Ask Us team. They will help you in relation to any troubles that you may have installing that. But yeah, for as long as you're a student here, you do have access to it. I've spoken to some students and some ex-students, and they commented that anywhere from 1 week to 6 months it took Microsoft to catch up and say, you've graduated now, you want to pay us for the continued access to this software. So that would be a choice for you to make once you graduate. Zoom is also available on all of our computers and is some software that you'll need because we do use that for classes and group work. So some courses will require to use it, and Zoom can be downloaded from the website. It doesn't matter where you get Zoom from, as long as you log in with a single sign-on. So you can see here there's a single sign-on option. And when you sign in, it'll ask you your domain and UQZ. So University of Queensland Zoom. So UQZ is the domain for the single sign-on with Zoom. Username and password at that point was single sign-on. Generative AI. So information and resources in the AI Student Hub for using generative AI within your studies. We do have free access to Microsoft Copilot and some Adobe Creative Cloud software, including Firefly, also make use of AI. You can use any AI you like, and the AI Student Hub includes guidance on responsible use and expectations for academic integrity. The way I always look at it is, if you get away with writing all of your work using AI, you're not going to be learning the skills necessary to pass the exams at the end. And so have a good look at this. Look at how the university is happy to let you use it, and use it to the best of your abilities to get through your study journey with us. Sorry, that was me fixing a button on my laptop at the time. So generative AI, you can use it, but there are academic expectations about that as well. As students here, you all have access to LinkedIn Learning. LinkedIn Learning is an online training system. thousands upon thousands of videos, very well done videos as well, on different pieces of software and how to use them. We were contacted by a lecturer whose students will be using a piece of software called WordPress. We don't offer training in WordPress as a face-to-face, but a quick look on LinkedIn Learning showed 1,500 different courses available on WordPress. So lots of options in there for that instructor to be able to get their students training in WordPress, because they all have access to it as students, the LinkedIn Learning, the online learning. For those of you who were here for Kaya's class a little while back, I heard them mention Digital Essentials at one point as well. So online courses and modules always available through our websites. As I go to here, and if I go to a library, study and learning support. So we got training workshops, the AI Student Hub. If you're in ever any doubt, copyright advice. Yeah, whether can you use it as copyright? And then here, the online courses and modules. So this was on training workshops in the library. LinkedIn Learning, Digital Essentials. I love Digital Essentials. It's brilliant. More training resource guides, etc. Software training resources. All the stuff from our different classes that we offer through the library. Etc. Just talked about training courses. We do offer training and support on Microsoft products, R&R Studio, Python, various Adobe products, GIS tools, publishing and research management, and more. We have a training website available through those links down the side for training workshops, which you can also just Google UQ training classes, UQ library training classes. It'll bring it up. There will be more of those appearing for the beginning of next semester over the next few days. We'll start to see those populate into when classes will be available. Printing in the library. Every one of our public machines connects to the printers. Everybody's individual laptops or tablets or phones can be made to access our printing services as well. The way it works is that all of our systems and your systems will connect to the print pool. So every single print job goes into the pool, splush. You then go to the printer and you touch your student card to the actual touch card port. And what will happen is that acts as a big filter that simply says, right, David's here, show me David's print jobs. And I'll only see my print jobs. There could be 1,000 jobs in that pool, but I'll only see the 2 that I've sent to the print. You go up, you touch your card, you won't see my print jobs, you'll only see your own. You do have to pay for your print jobs. And once you've paid, that amount will be deducted from your account. So print, scan, and copy in the library. Black and white, A4, single-sided, double-sided, basically 9 cents a side. If you go A3, then it's double those prices, 18 and 36. If you decide to print in color, black and white is the default. But if you decide to print in color, then those costs go up again. Now, interestingly, here you've got options as well to scanning or photocopying. So all of our printers are multi-function devices. They will print, they'll scan, they'll photocopy. Unless the printer is set to print only. Those that are in the busiest parts of the libraries will be set to print only, but other printers in quieter areas or in quieter branches will still be multifunction enabled. So you could go there and print, or you could go there and scan something, or you could go there and photocopy something. Photocopying costs the same amount as printing. 9 cents per sheet, 18 for each double side. Scanning, though, is free, but there are limits on what you can scan. So there is the page. I've got too much stuff open. There it is. There is the page on scanning, which will talk about how you can scan and scanning to email, etc. New website. It's not actually talking about how much you're allowed to scan, unless it's in there somewhere and I'm not seeing it. All right, look, if in doubt, if you're not sure how much you are allowed to scan or copy, then coming back into our library homepage and would it be under study and learning support? Yep, there it is. Copyright advice, study and learning support again. James, our copyright librarian, would be able to give you all the information you need about your do's and don'ts when it comes to photocopying and scanning large amounts of data, books, etc. That's what it says here. Copyright rules apply to all scans and photocopies. External hard drives are not supported. You do have to use USB sticks, or you send it to email. Paper cut, just so you know, if I go to the library page, when you log in, so you can log into your library page. You can go to the print, scan, and photocopy page. So printing page. So there it is. Can go that way, or you can log in. Logging in gives you a more personalized option, and you can go to your print balance up there. Now, when you sign into your print balance, oh, it brought me here, fine, log in. And this page can be accessed from your homes. You don't have to be in UQ to access this page. What did I do? you'll be able to do your top-ups 5, 10, 20, and 50. You can transfer money. So if you're doing group work, you can transfer money to other people and so on. You'll never come anywhere close to my copy amount. If you do, you're doing something very, very wrong. This is a holdover from a number of years ago where I was responsible for a lot of printing in the library. And so I get a huge, huge number of pages run through my print account. Up in the top right-hand corner, there is the log out button if you need to. Scan and win. Any questions from anyone? Awesome. Don't forget to contact us, either the training team or the Ask Us team. Training team if you need help with your software. The Ask Us team if you need help with your computer or to install the software.